Hello YouTube, it's the True More 64 back with another video. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Kopaka and Melum set. Melum. So here it is, and everything's falling. Sorry about that. Before I get into the review, let's go over one of my favorite parts of a review. The box. And yes, this is a big one. So here it is. Here we have Kopaka and Melum. We got Umarak in the background with some skull spiders. I mean, not skull spiders, shadow leeches. We have Kopaka and Melum Unity set. We have the combination. We have the information, the golden mask, Lego logo, Bonkel, mask of control. We have Kopaka's Nuva symbol from 2002 and 2003. We have the creature symbol, and nothing to note on the bottom. And on the back, we have the combination model, all the functions, the golden mask, and also the functions. And we have the comic, and we have information, and then buildable figures right there. So yeah. So here is the set, and hopefully I can do this review without my camera dying because it's at 2 bars. So yeah. First we will wait on. I don't even have the golden mask up. Oh. Okay. There we go. Now let's take a look at why did I almost say Tahu? Kopaka! So here's Kopaka. Let's take a look at his functionality. His posability. He's got a full ball joint in the head. Full ball joint in the arm. And also, I really love the upper arm build. Very nice. And we have a full, but yeah, limited ball joint in the forearm, and then a full ball joint in the hand. So there's that. Next, for his legs, he's got a full ball joint in the hip, a limited ball joint in the knee, and I do believe, oh no, I was wrong. And we have a full ball joint at the foot. So there's that. And he does have a gear function at the waist. So there it is. And on mine, well, this is a prime example for dusting off the pieces before building it. I dusted my Kopaka set before I built him. Well, like the pieces, well, just those two, and he's got less friction. You can see it's very loose. So yeah, do be aware of that. Let's get that out of there. Oop, and so yeah, there's that. Now he does have the mask popping off function. And let's take a look at him with his golden mask. So there's that. Oh yeah, we didn't really take a look at his golden mask either. I'll get to that in a minute. He does have this new shield slash blaster. And he does still have the stickers. So if you don't like stickers, then you won't like this. And he does have a stud launcher. And to show that off, I'll bring in our old friend Mr. Cup in here. So what you do is you place, well, you take this gear and spin it. And there's all the studs. Now you do get an extra round of studs. So you could do, well, and it's actually stored. You do get actually 7 studs in total, but they only will have you store 6 studs. So there's that. Now one thing is, it is a little tricky to get the studs onto the bottom part because of the shield. And also I'm gonna grab the mask. And where'd the other stud go? Where'd it go? On the cup. Wait, oh, there it is. It was behind Melum. So there's that. So yeah. Oh wait, and before I get into, well, the mask, let's do some comparisons. First up, we will have 2015 Kopaka. And 2016, oh wait, hold on, you can't even see that. 2016 Kopaka is just a little bit taller than 2015 Kopaka. Next, we will bring in Tahu. Right there. And still the tallest, although Kopaka is just a hair shorter than Tahu. Next, we will bring in Golly as soon as I get her creature off. So here he is with Golly. And there's that. Next, we will bring in Onua. So there's that. Kopaka's hair taller than Onua. And then we will bring in Liwa. And Kopaka's just a hair taller than Liwa. So that's pretty much it for Kopaka. Now before we get into Melum, we will take a look at his mask. So here it is, and yes, this is a stud piece on there. And also the same thing on the regular mask. right there is his Nuva symbol. Oh, and also I forgot to mention his Nuva symbol is right there. And also we technically did get a kind of coloration of his mask in the same coloring, kind of, but it was done last year and it was a corrupted version. So there's that. So yeah, and also there's the back. There's the mask. And okay, hopefully I can get this in one take. So here we have, well, next we have Melum. I'm gonna actually adjust the camera down a bit so we could actually see him. For his articulation, he's got a full ball joint in the head and neck. He's got a full ball joint at the arm. Well, actually, I'm not really sure what this would be called. I think, well, technically that, I think, would be the shoulder, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But, who knows. He does have a full ball joint in his claw. And then articulated claw joints of the swivel. And he does have a full ball joint at the hip and a full ball joint at the foot. So yeah. Now I did look up what he was at the beginning, well, before I started recording. He is a mix between a dragon, an ape, and a rhinoceros. I could kind of see the rhinoceros because of this horn. And I definitely see ape because of the fists. And also the head is technically a dragon. So, yeah. So that is kind of an accurate thing. He could also be seen as a polar bear as well, I guess. But again, it is written in the book, so technically it is canon. But honestly, Tarak should not be a ape lizard. I get the ape, but not the lizard. So anyway, now he does have a function. What you do is, first off, I'm gonna raise these hands up. You take this and you do that. A lot of people see this as hugging. I mean, it could technically be represented as hugging. But I kind of see it as like bashing, like taking two guys' heads and just BAM! So, yeah. And also, I'm gonna bring in another little basher. Skull basher. Just for a sec. So I can just show you another kind of example of bashing. So yeah. Anyway. And I just knocked over some stuff. So yeah. So that is pretty much it for Melum. Now let's get into some comparisons with its fellow creatures. Here we have a Kier. Very nice. Next we have a Kaida coming up as soon as I get her prepped. There we go. Next we have Tarak. And these two honestly do look a lot similar to each other, although they do have different functions. Tarak's arms go up and down like a digging. His is more of a bashing. And also, still, he's obviously not a lizard. Comment down below. Well, hold on. I'm trying to think of something to say. Tell me if you think he looks like a lizard. Honestly, just tell me. Tell me if you see any thing that says he's a lizard. So anyway, enough of that. Next we have, well, and then finally we have Uxar. So, yeah. Anyway, that is pretty much it. But these two, of course, can combine. That's why they're sold in a set. So I'll take the mask off of Kopaka and then replace it with the gold, and we will combine these two. First off, I do want to pose them. And also, if you hear a lawnmower, I do apologize. It is pretty much one of my neighbors, even though I don't know, and they just decided to mow their lawn. So anyway, there is that. Next, to get Melum ready. Just got him into that pose for right now. Then, oh wait, hold on, and also lift the leg, well, put the feet up like so. And then I'm gonna put them together, put the head down, move the fist, all the hands, and then there you go. Here we have Melum. Well, in the combination model. Well, the Unity thing, you know. Now, one thing is, you could either have the hands posed like that, or you could have them like this. I kind of like to keep them like this, kind of. Maybe lean them a little bit, because that is accurate to the show. So, yeah. And also, these do kind of limit posability in the arms. Kind of, you have to move those up in order to get them in a certain pose. the arms in a certain pose. Anyway. And also the same thing for the head, too. So yeah. That is pretty much it for that. He does still have the same functionality, although he can't really do the bashing all too much. So yeah. Anyway, that is pretty much it. Oh wait, and also I forgot. Almost forgot to do the comparisons. Of course, I do need to get them combined. Here we have Tahu. Oh, and also one thing is that I forgot to mention about Kopaka is that he does have a sword instead of a spear, and his shield got smaller. Next, we have Gali. And also, just look at her for just a sec while I get everything set. And my camera is kind of dying on me. Hopefully I can get through this last video before I have to charge. Well, I almost got them done. I know I should do a cut. But I'm just so lazy and I want to do this in one take. So, yeah. Let's take away Gali now and grab Onua. So, there's that. They do look similar, of course. Anyway, then we will bring in Liwa. So there's that, and we are done with the comparisons. Now let's get into the final thoughts before my camera dies. Okay, now for the final thoughts. I think these are great sets. Honestly, I cannot recommend them enough. Especially him, because you only need to buy the one set for the combination. So, it is pretty awesome. So yeah. Oh, and also, one thing is, he doesn't come with a Shadow Leech. I mean, they do have ice shadow traps, and they even have the parts for him, and also it was on the show, Journey to 1. So, yeah. Anyway, honestly, do get these. So, yeah. Just go to your store right now and buy them. Just buy them. So, anyway, that is pretty much it. Join me next time when I review, I'm gonna do Elec, next, from 2007. So, stay tuned for that. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.